The Atlanta Journal-Constitution Peachtree Road Race 10K is a 10-kilometer run held annually in Atlanta, Georgia on July 4, Independence Day. The Peachtree Road Race is the world's largest 10-kilometer race, a title it has held since the late 1970s. The race has become a citywide tradition in which over 70,000 amateur and professional runners try to register for one of the limited 60,000 spots. The event also includes a wheelchair race, which precedes the foot race. In recent years the race also has a special divisions for soldiers stationed in the Middle East. The race attracts some of the world's elite 10K runners and has served as both the United States men's and women's 10K championship. Children can participate in Peachtree Junior 3K race, held in late May or early June. History. The Peachtree Road Race was started in 1970 by the Atlanta Track Club. The first year approximately 110 runners ran from the old Sears building at the corner of Peachtree Road and Roswell Road to Central City Park. The race was sponsored by Carling Brewery. Your next year the race increased to 198 runners. Organizers used the sponsorship money to purchase T-shirts but underestimated the number of participants. T-shirts were given out to the first finishers until they ran out. In 1972 the organizers only ordered 250 T-shirts but 330 runners ran the race. In 1974 the event grew to 765 runners. In 1975 there were over 1,000 runners. In 1976 Carling Brewery dropped its sponsorship of the race and the Atlanta Journal-Constitution began sponsoring the race, bringing added coverage and popularity to the race. That year over 2,300 runners competed. In 1977 over 6,500 runners competed, overwhelming the capacity of Central City Park. As a result, in 1978 the course was moved to starting at Lenox Square and finishing at Piedmont Park. In 1979 the race attracted over 20,000 runners. In 1980 the number of participants was limited to 25,000 runners, which continued until 1990. In 1982 the Shepherd Center wheelchair division was formed for the race. The race became so popular that by 1989 the race reached capacity in only 9 days and the Atlanta Track Club increased the limit to 40,000 in 1990. In 1992 it expanded to 45,000 runners. In 1995 it expanded to 50,000 runners, followed by a 10% expansion in 1998 to 55,000 runners. It would not be until 2011 that the capacity was expanded to 60,000. The Peachtree Road Race has become an event important in Atlanta culture. In addition to the 60,000 participants there are approximately 150,000 observers who line both sides of the entire course to cheer and support the runners. Some runners deliberately wear costumes, many of which are patriotic. The entire race is also televised on WXIA-TV. The race hosted the USA Men's 10 km Championship in 2007. Course description. The Peachtree Road Race is a 10,000-meter road race. The race starts on Peachtree Road at Lenox Square Mall. The race continues down Peachtree Road. At the 6,000-meter mark is mostly uphill and has received the nickname Cardiac Hill. At the 8,000-meter mark, the race turns east onto 10th Street with the finish line next to Piedmont Park. In 2008, because of severe drought conditions, the race was unable to end in Piedmont Park, and runners turned east onto 10th Street before heading to Juniper Street, ending at the intersection of Ponce de Leon and Juniper Street, where racers finished by going uphill instead of the older downhill stretch of 10th. St. Runners then walked a short distance to the Atlanta Civic Center for finish line festivities. This unpopular course lasted 1 year, after which the course returned to the traditional pattern. As typical of other road races, the roads used are completely closed to vehicular traffic and observers watch from the sidewalks. Water is provided at each mile. Approximately 500,000 cups and 120,000 gallons of water are used. Approximately 3,000 volunteers are needed to work the race. Many runners utilize MARTA to travel to the start site and back from the finish line due to the large crowds, limited parking and road closures. Race registration and starting group placement. Until 2008, applications for registration in the Peachtree Road Race were published in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution on the third Sunday in March. The first 45,000 applications received were automatically entered into the race. An additional 10,000 applications are randomly selected from remaining applications postmarked by March 31. The race is currently limited to 60,000 entries. The 2009 registration fee is $33. The Atlanta Track Club requires runners to be at least 10 years of age on the day of the race. The race is divided into 9 starting groups. The first group is divided into top-seeded runners, sub-seeded runners, Timer Group 1A, Timer Group 1B. A documented 10K time is required for placement into these groups. In recent years, the Atlanta Track Club has recommended all runners who have run a USATF-certified 10K within the past 2 years to submit their times to race authorities in order to be placed in appropriate groups, so that faster runners will not be put in the slower groups. This reserves Timer Group 2 to be for runners between 55 and 75 minutes. The remaining starting groups are for undocumented times and casual runners walkers. The starting groups are so large that it takes approximately an hour and a half from the first group starting until the last group starts, as the groups are started in 12-minute intervals. Due to the limited number of spaces available in the race, as well as the 3.5-month advance registration requirement, some people have attempted to sell their number on eBay and Craigslist, although this practice is prohibited by the Atlanta Track Club. Runners who were assigned a number for the race, and subsequently cannot run, are able to return their number to the Atlanta Track Club in exchange for a card guaranteeing placement in next year's race. On July 4, 2007, 3 men were caught sneaking into the Peachtree Road Race. In addition to a $1,000 fine, each was banned from the Peachtree Road Race for life. 2009 changes. Starting in 2009, registration applications began to be implemented online on the Active.com site, in association with the Atlanta Track Club starting on the third Sunday in March. Controversy ruled over the 2009 registration, as over 800 complaints were filed because of server failures by the outsourced registration. The 45,000 applications sold out within hours. The next Sunday, applications for the 10,000 slot lottery are published in the Atlanta Journal-Constitution. These slots are randomly selected from remaining applications postmarked by March 31. The Atlanta Track Club experimented in November 2008 at the Weather Channel Atlanta Marathon and Half Marathon with implementation of the ChronoTrack D-Tag transponder system, a disposable tag system. Following its success, the organization announced starting with the 2009 Peachtree, all runners a Euro, not just the elite and Timer Group 1 runners a Euro will be timed. This will help with positioning runners for future Peachtree events. 2010 changes. Online registration for the 2010 PRR opened on Sunday, March 21 at 1 p.m. at ajc.com/. Peachtree. The first 45,000 online applicants receive race entry. Additionally, a paper application appears in the March 28 AJC. 10,000 entries will be randomly selected from all paper applications received. The online spots were filled in less than 5 hours. In one of the biggest changes seen in race history, starting assignments for all participants will be performance-based. Once the top-seeded and sub-seeded runners start, timer groups 1A, 1B, and 2 to 9 have been replaced with start waves AW. Applicants are able to submit results from an official race, run on or after March 1, 2008, of distances of 5 miles, 10K, 10 miles, the 1/2 marathon, and for the first time, the short of 5K distance. 2011 changes. The Atlanta Track Club switched to an exclusive lottery format online for the 2011 Peachtree. Most of the 60,000 positions were determined by a lottery draw, with selected exceptions for elite invited athletes, the members of the organizing club, and those who have run 10 or more consecutive Peachtree Road races, all of which were allowed automatic entry. Also, those who pay $150 for the organizer's charity would be automatically entered. T-shirts. The official race T-shirt is perhaps the most popular aspect of the Peachtree Road Race, perhaps due to the limited numbers of T-shirts available in the early race years. Each year a different design is chosen through a contest sponsored by the Atlanta Journal-Constitution newspaper, and a limited number of shirts are made. T-shirts are only available to runners who finish the race, and thus have become a status symbol among Atlanta culture. 2008 course. With the entire North Georgia region facing historic drought conditions in 2008, water conservation measures were enacted prohibiting outdoor watering of plants and lawns. As a result of the watering ban, the city of Atlanta decided to prohibit large festivals from using Piedmont Park in 2008 in order to protect the grass lawns which could not be watered. Displaced events included the Atlanta Pride, Jazz, and Dogwood festivals, as well as the Peachtree Road Race, which traditionally used Piedmont Park for the finish line of the race and distribution of T-shirts. The Peachtree Road Race considered moving the finish area to Georgia Tech, but Georgia Tech refused, citing safety concerns. On February 19 it was announced that the race finish line will be at the intersection of Juniper Street and Ponce de Leon Avenue in Midtown. Runners then walked 3 more blocks to the Atlanta Civic Center parking area where the awards stage, family meeting area and sponsor village were located. The race returned to its previous course in 2009. Race financials. It is estimated that the Peachtree Road Race costs over $1 million, if in-kind contributions are included. The race must pay between $25,000 and $30,000 to government agencies for their costs of supporting the race. T-shirts for runners and volunteers are estimated to cost over $200,000. The race also pays $25,000 for its timing system and $100,000 for contract labor. The Peachtree Road Race was estimated in 2003 to have an economic impact over $10 million. Profits from the race entry fees and sponsorships are used to fund the Atlanta Track Club. Wheelchair Division, founded in 1982 by the Shepherd Center. The Shepherd Center Wheelchair Division of AJC Peachtree Road Race precedes the foot race, starting at 6:45 a.m. The Wheelchair Division utilizes the same 10-kilometer course run by the foot runners down Peachtree Road, starting at Lenox Road and ending on 10th Street at Piedmont Park in Midtown. Since its 1981 founding, the Wheelchair Division has grown in popularity that the race now attracts more than 78 wheelchair racers ranging in age from 16 to 69 and representing more than 9 countries. Today, the Shepherd Center Wheelchair Division of AJC Peachtree Road Race is considered one of the largest and fastest wheelchair 10K races in the country and is a favorite for many racers who return year after year. Wheelchair race divisions. The Shepherd Center and its junior committee fund and organize the Wheelchair Division race in cooperation with the Atlanta Track Club. Funding provides pre- and post-race branches, defrayed travel and lodging expenses for racers and a $34,000 purse for winners. The Shepherd Center Wheelchair Division of AJC Peachtree Road Race Racing Division are as follows: Open Men Euro Unregistered Trademark S Division, Open Women Euro Unregistered Trademark S Division, Open Quad Division, T1 Quad Division, Masters Division, Junior Division, Overseas Races. Since 2004, satellite Peachtree races have been held for U.S. soldiers stationed overseas. The first race was held in Iraq. In 2007, 5 separate races were held on July 4 with a combined total of 3,000 participants. The Atlanta Track Club sends race supplies, including T-shirts, to the runners. Peachtree Junior, started in 1987, the Peachtree Junior is a 3-kilometer race open to children ages 7 to 12, and is designed to be a shorter and safer version of the longer Peachtree Road Race. The event is held in late May or early June. The entire course is within the confines of Piedmont Park. The race is limited to 2,500 participants. T-shirts are given to all race finishers. The event has been held over 20 years. Past winners. The men's course record is 27:04 minutes, which was set by Joseph Kamani in 1996. Lorna Kiplagat is the women's record holder with her run of 30:32 from 2002. The record for the wheelchair division of the Peachtree Road Race is 18:38 and 6 seconds 2004. The women's division record is 22:09.97 2009. Gail Barron and Lorna Kiplagat are the athletes with the most victories in the history of the Peachtree Road Race. Barron won in the women's division on 5 occasions, while Kiplagat had her victories from 2000 Euro 2002 and 2005 Euro 2006. Key, AAAA a course record AAAA a United States National Championship race, past wheelchair division winners, Key, AAAA a course record AAAA a United States National Championship race, references. List of winners, Post, Marty. Peachtree Road Race 10 km Association of Road Racing Statisticians. Retrieved on November 28, 2010. External links, official AJC Peachtree Road Race site, runpeachtree.com, for runners of the Peachtree Road Race, title sponsor of the AJC Peachtree Road Race, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, official television coverage and live race stream, WXIA-TV Atlanta.